Hey guys, wrapping up a great weekend is all I can say. The interview with Greg Valentino, 3 hours long. It was tremendous, amazing, phenomenal. Those words are just some of the words that I can use. Obviously, you're going to see all different types of Greg. You're going to see how he lives at home. We have clips of that. You're going to see how emotional he gets when he talks about his father. You're going to see when he talks about his children. You're going to see about his arrest. You're going to see about what he's doing now. Greg is a person who, in my life, there's only a few people that you run into that you kind of want to know what that person's like when the cameras are off. And I can consider Greg my friend. He is a very caring person. Yes, when the lights are on, his personality is very loud. But when the cameras are off, you can tell how much he cares about people, how much he cares about his girlfriend, his children, and the close people in his life. And obviously, with the interview coming up, you'll see how he cared about his father. And it was very emotional for him. It was something I did not expect from Greg. But I'm going to tell you, this interview was one of the best I'd had. And it was a great time. It was a long time. He was here probably for about a good 7 hours. And it was one of the highlights of my life. Definitely one of the highlights here on the podcast. And once I get it up, you'll see why. It's a great interview. And he just talks about all the stories that I wanted to ask him. The subscribers were good enough to ask questions that I gave him. He answered every one. Didn't leave any stone unturned. Didn't care what the question was. He answered it. He talked about his prison life also, which was in depth. He talked about people that he has had involvement with, that you know now, that are very famous people. So when I talked to him initially, I didn't know if he was going to do that. But he was nice enough to do that. He did it here on the podcast. And when I'll give you updates continuously as we're putting in a post now. Rich is getting a jump on it now. But just remember, it's a 3-hour video. So it's going to take a while to get the post together. Because Rich is a teacher by trade. He's a teacher. He does that, he does this for us on the side. So it's going to be a little bit longer, maybe 2 weeks. And then we'll put it up. We'll drop it. I might even have another interview in between, which is easier to do, where I could put it in quick. And then we'll go from there. I mean, I don't want to do him any injustice by not putting anything up, and because that wouldn't be good for me, and it wouldn't be a good look for him. He's a tremendous, tremendous guy. It's somebody that you'd want to be able to call your friend, and I am glad that I can call him my friend. So I will give you updates, continue updates. I will have another update for you probably within a week. But I do have an update on the Bo Orlando interview. Bo is going to film again this week. We couldn't get it together last week. We had a couple things going on. This week here, we'll film it, and that one will be easier to post. Bo is very good at getting that stuff together. He's done this a million times, and it'll be easy. We know exactly what to do and put it back up. The audio now has a lot of redundancy, so that way there'd have to be a major nuclear failure for this not to have the audio back. All right, well, with that being said, I will give you a couple updates. Thank you. And remember, don't be envious of what I've accomplished in my life. Be inspired by what you can do in yours.